Hi, Maria with the Amateur Crafter here. After I did all of that setup work last week, I'm glad I did a proof because I did it wrong. So let's go ahead and hop back into Publisher and get that fixed up for my clients, the Artifacts Base Shop in 302, or Artifacts 302 and the Bake Shop. So I'm going to actually open two files because I'm going to copy and paste the files between what I set up, so I don't have to redo it all, but just set up the, I'm sorry, I can't copy and click at the same time. That just doesn't work. Can't copy and click. That didn't even make sense. I can't click and talk at the same time. So I can copy the text from what I set up the other day into the new file and reuse it. So let me show you what I should have done instead. So here's what I had set up. So this celebrating 25 years in downtown Farmington should actually be on the Artifacts 302 logo. And that's for the 20-ounce tumblers, not the 20-ounce or 15-ounce mugs. So we're just gonna cut these, and I'm just gonna go ahead and save that file because we're going to still do these 15-ounce mugs. I still need to do a test print and sublimation and bake the mugs essentially to make sure that the colors turn out properly this time. Okay, let me open the other file. Publisher cannot complete the operation. Well, that's really interesting. Well, this is one of the mugs, and the other mugs is my page 2. So this is interesting. I had this Artifacts 302 and the Bake Shop logo. So I'm gonna okay, so half of my page is 3 and 1.75. So half of 3 1/4 is 1.75. Obviously that's how I had it from before. Do you know what? Now that I've done this, I'm gonna duplicate this page and then do it that way. So go to a new page and set this up. So there's the 3.25 and 1.75 from here. There's my 0.75 and 1. So that's going to be right at 5 inches. Is going to be the bottom half. So I might want to put those files right in here. I don't know what happened to my groups here. Something happened to them. I'm assuming it's going to be the wrap text, but that doesn't look like it's supposed to, so maybe I just need to make it bigger. Okay, and then it still isn't right, so something went funky with those. Oh, I wonder if there's something in the middle here. I'm just Control Z to undo. And let's just make this. Okay, I'm holding the Shift key down to keep the proportions. I don't know why this didn't copy well. We'll figure that out. Okay, so the Artifacts 302 logo comes up here, and the Bake Shop logo goes away. So let's go ahead and get this centered and make it bigger. I wonder, well, I'm a little concerned about this art because it looks like it's not as clear as it should be. Well, it's just not as clear as it should be. So I am a little bit concerned about that. We'll have to look at it when it actually prints and see if that is going to make a difference. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one and ungroup this one. I did a right click there, and usually there's an ungroup, but I don't see it there, so I'm going to pick it up in the toolbar. Oop. Undo again, because the 25 years is in the right spot. Oh, okay. I see what happened. So all three of my text boxes aren't lining up properly. So this one's down at the bottom of that text box, and it's saying your text box is too squished. Okay, so there we go. Which is fine. So it's just that they're I'm just gonna have to get the spacing proper. And you know what, I do want this to be bigger, so let's just make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that's just making my text box bigger. It's not making my font any bigger. So we're just going to select this and make it bigger. So these cups, or these tumblers, are a little bit bigger than the mugs, so I'm not going to feel bad about this at all. I can also highlight these all and do some alignment with them. In Publisher, unlike Cricut Design Space, you have to select the entire bounding box in order to select the item. So that's why it looks funny. So let's go ahead and align these on the center. And sorry about that, my dog was chewing something. It's okay, it's something he can chew. We have a puppy in the house, so we're always double checking. You know what, I am gonna make these separate text boxes, so let me just exit that one out and paste a new one. And then just line these up how I want them. I don't know, when it comes to fonts, I kind of like them a little closer together than farther away, and that's just me. I think it looks a little bit better. This one might be a little bit too close. Let's go ahead and squish that up. Make it shorter. Whoops, now it's going to cut off part of the words. Oh, and now I selected the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Now I'm just going to use my arrow keys to get that where I want it. And the celebrating, go ahead and make that a little bit smaller as well. And use my arrow keys just to give it a little bit more space. Okay, I feel better about how that looks. Let me go ahead and group these again. And then we'll take all of them and move them to where they should be on the page. Should be right about here. I need to find out how big. Ooh, that's going to be hard math. So it's like 4, and do you know what I'm going to do instead? So I don't have to do the math, and we'll make this, I'm going to put this in columns and rows. So I'm going to put that on page design, and it'll be under my guides. So we're going to add, we want 4 columns. I wonder if we can do it here, or I can do some math. That might be easier. So we want half of, oh, this is a vertical guide. So that's 4.938 divided by 2. Thank you. Calculator on my phone, if I can find it. 4.938 divided by 2. 2.469. So we're going to type in 2.469 and set. And that would be, if I added those together, 0.938, that's 7 for the column on the other side, 407. Set. Okay, so there we go. It's added those ones. Oh yeah, I eyeballed this one pretty closely. So this one, the center of this should go right about, I think I want that 0, the center of the 0 to be on the center of my artifacts. And you know what? Let's get them both right in the right spot, and then we'll move them. And then we'll move them both at the same time. So there's the celebrating 25 years, and it looks like it's right about in the right spot. Okay, so we're going to copy, paste that, and then move them both at the same time, as close as we can get, and then fine tune that. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be our new master. We're going to save that. And the Bake Shop mugs, I just need to do my color test. So I think I've got this set up properly now. Let me just go verify the instructions because I want to be sure. Okay, yep. And now that I look at this mug, and just this essentially is the front and the back of the mug, this celebrating 25 years in downtown Farmington, the whole thing is way too big. So I'm gonna have to downsize all of it. Let's see, I wish I could just do that and that would work, but it didn't. So let's see if I can. We'll make it big again. So the composition is off. They fight with each other too much. The Artifacts 302 and the Celebrating 25 Years in Downtown Farmington were just competing. So I'm just gonna try and make them all just a little bit smaller. So we're gonna do this one. Let's go down to maybe not that small, but let's go. So the Celebrating is 14. Let's do this one at 14. And this is at 28. So let's bring that just down a little bit more, and then let's ungroup again and get the, well, let's line it all up first, center alignment. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I selected everything on the page. Control Z is my friend for undo. I just wanted these 3 items. And then let's go ahead and bring this guy down some and this guy up. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. And all of them probably centered down in this last box. Up just a little bit. There we go. That's a lot better. And we'll take this one and move it over here. And all of it just a little bit more centered. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It was close, but it just didn't sit right to me. Okay, so now I'm going to print off my proof for my customer, and then we'll see. And I'm just going to do this last page, and only 1 page per sheet. Not on that printer. We're going to do it on this printer. I wonder if she might want the Artifacts 302 a little bigger, which is just fine. Okay, but there we go. I like that. It feels good. Okay. So I guess that's it for this video. Just a few tweaks and such to get that design where it needs to be. And then I will go ahead and in the next video do my test proofs to make sure that the test ones are how they should be on the actual product, so on a tumbler and a mug. Okay, thanks, bye.